The country prepares for the 2024 general elections. To speak to us more about the party's plans and where the country is at the moment, let's speak to EFF leader now, Julius Malema, who's in studio with me. Thank you very much for making the time. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thanks indeed. Let's get straight into the Human Rights Commission.
Yeah.
Let's start there. They have said that your statements uttered at the People's Assembly in the Western Cape, those comments were tantamount to incitement, and they would like you to retract and do so publicly. Otherwise, the roads lead to the Equality Court. Are you willing to retract the statement?
But how do you, as a neutral body, just make a decision without talking to the other side? Because they never said to me, we received these complaints about you. What is your explanation? All I hear is that retract these statements in the next 10 days or else we're going to court. But I'm not going to apologize in 10 days. I'm not going to do it. They would rather take us to court. We have no problem going to court. And they will argue our case in court. But that body must be ashamed of itself, because the most basic principle of equality before the law is such that you must hear both sides. That principle has been violated.
That body,
yes,
Mr. Malema, is a Chapter 9 institution. And on the radio this morning, if I heard them correctly, they're of the view that many of their recommendations, so they conduct investigations and their recommendations simply get ignored. Why am I saying this to you? You are a member of parliament. That makes you a lawmaker. Do you not run the risk of denigrating the stature of that body? Shouldn't you be leading by example and saying, okay, we'll comply because this is a constitutional body?
You're asking me to be violated because I'm a member of parliament. I make the law. I know the constitution. I'm not going to be violated because I'm a member of parliament. Nowhere in the constitution does it say members of parliament must be violated, even when it is openly clear. My brother, you ought to agree with me. I've got a right to be heard by the Human Rights Commission. It received complaints about me. It must give me an opportunity to make representations so that I justify the things I said. They make a conclusion without listening to me.
Yeah.
What type of democracy is that, where the other side is not being heard? Is it because I'm an African? Is it because I'm a child of a domestic worker that my view doesn't matter? That my side of the story doesn't matter? That the white man complained, and because the white man complained, his views are supreme than mine? I'm not going to allow that. Not from a Human Rights Commission, not from anyone, not even from the courts. The court hears hardened criminals. They hear their side of the story. I'm making a political articulation. And Human Rights Commission, all they can do, what do you mean by this? At least even if they've taken a decision, let them be seen to be, listening to the other side. That's all I'm saying.